Welcome everyone to Trend Talks Life. I am your host, Erin Tomie, and today we're talking to Trend Micro Technical Research Lead, Marco Balduzzi. Marco, how are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for inviting me. Very happy to be here and to share what we do in Trend with all of you.
Very happy to have you. And yes, I would love to just start with you sharing a bit about your current role here at Trend Micro.
Sure. So I've been in Trend since more than 11 years, so it's quite a lot, but it's a good place to be, and I really like to be here. I feel like being part of a family. That's why within Trend, we are all trenders. So if you are into Trend, you are a trender, and I have a lot of friends here, and it's been a long time with Trend. So I am part of a team called Forward-Looking Threat Research Team. The team is there since more than a decade and has always been a so-called the scouting team of Trend, so the people that go ahead and look for a new way of breaking things and also a new way of protecting our customers. So we try to find problems before the criminal will do, and therefore try to develop solutions. So we often collaborate with our products team to enhance the products and to be the first to put down on the market a solution for potential threats. In that space, we also try to understand how the criminals abuse new technologies and what could go wrong. So we have also people in the team that actively track criminals, understand where the monies go, those sort of things. So very much into understanding the underground landscape.
Well, Marco, I know that you yourself have done quite a bit of research in the past on threats specific to industrial robots and machines. Can you talk through the biggest challenges of securing these environments and what you've seen as the most common entry points for attacks?
Sure. We spent at least 4 to 5 years in the space of so-called OT, operational technology, which is anything which is not a traditional computer. Let's say, for example, an industrial robot that is used, for example, to produce an automotive, a car. We look into that and with an angle of an attacker, and we found a lot of problems. And the main issue there is that a lot of these very sophisticated and costly machines are nowadays deployed with internet connectivity, similar to what we see in IoT devices. For example, you take a television, right? So-called like smart TV. So it's not just a television; it's a television with an operating system. It's a television with network connectivity, wireless connectivity. You can install applications on the television, and we've seen the same in the industrial domain. So this huge machine that can easily cost $1 million. They are equipped with a bunch of technologies to make them smart, more intelligent. And there is also a strong push, for example, in Europe taken by the European Commission to offer those machines at a reduced price. So if you buy one industrial robot which is compliant with so-called Industry 4.0, you're going to have to paying less because there is this push by the government to incentivize the use of those machines. So a bunch of our customers, they buy such devices because they are cool, but because they also cost less compared to other sort of machines. So we put our black hat on top and we study how these technologies are made and what could go wrong. And we found a bunch of problems on how they operate. For example, we have found ways for an attacker to steal confidential data out of these machines. And if you think of these machines are used to produce anything, and if you're able to steal what the machine is producing and how that piece is produced, that's really a big issue for a company that operates with those machines because the intellectual property gets stolen. We also find a way to introduce micro-defects in the production. So, for example, on a piece that gets produced, you can introduce a very, very, very tiny micro error in the way in which the piece is produced. At that point, the company that will get target will go out on the market maybe with 1,000, if not 100,000 pieces that are faulty, and then they need to recall back the pieces. So it's a huge damage in terms of image, and is also damage in terms of economical damage to recall all the pieces. So we look at industrial robots, we look at control machines, we also look at way to take control of tracking systems, for example, for ships. So in the logistic sector, ships as well as the automotive or the trains, they are tracked down to know where they are and so on. So we found a way also to fool this tracking devices, and this is super bad for the logistics sector. So we work into this, and we have also in place solutions to detect those attacks and also to prevent those attacks from happening. So it's a very interesting field of research. It's something that not many people have looked at. And I think we have only touched the point of the iceberg here. So there could be even more threats that we didn't discover, and they are hidden in there. And looking forward to have other people working the space to find those threats before the criminals will do.
Looking ahead to the rest of 2024, what areas of research are you focused on now? What can we expect to see from you and the team in the next couple of months?
Yes, that's a good question, because we are a research team, and for us, very much important to look ahead. Usually, we do research that is 1 to 3 years ahead of time. And at the moment, we are heavily looking into how to use AI to enhance our products. Historically, security has always been has always taken an approach which is reactive. What it means when a malware lands on a computer, for example, you detect it, or when a user visits a malicious website, you block the visit. So how can we instead take a proactive approach in which, for example, we say, you know what, you behave, for example, in a certain way, so at that point you are at high risk of infection. And can we maybe anticipate and elaborate why you are at risk and what you can do to lower your risk? So what remediation you could put in place to lower your risk profile. So this is what we're working on at the moment. So use artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict the potential outbreaks. That's one topic. The second topic is on how to secure customers that use AI, so AI models in particular. And here it's something similar to a problem I was saying before with OT devices. So if you stole basically the intellectual property of a customer because you steal the model, the AI model, at that point, it's very easy basically to take control of a network or entirely of a customer. So how to secure AI installations customer side.
Marco, one last question for you. I wanted to ask a little bit about your work outside of Trend. I know that you started a nonprofit related to cybersecurity awareness. Can you just tell us a little bit more about this organization and what inspired you to start it?
Sure. You're right. So we started a few years back with no profit. So the idea was to put together different communities that operate in the space of cybersecurity. This is because there are a lot of very smart persons that either work in the university and they're not really in contact with the industrial world, like with the companies, right? So they are classic nerds that are down in the corridor of a university and nobody knows about them, but they are like very smart, very cool, and I feel bad for them. So let's put these guys like in contact with companies like Trend Micro, that is always looking for the new talent to hire, right? That's one example. Or you can have people that come from for example, from the underground, so very hackish mindset, maybe like running hack labs or hacking group into very dark rooms, like in the night. So the sort of person you see like type classic of style like Mr. Robot. No, I'm not sure if you watch this series, TV series, something like this, right? And how we could put those guys in contact with professionals, for example. So the idea was really to create a bridge between different communities that normally don't talk to each other because they have maybe a different mindset. And the result of that, we came up with an event that over the year became like the largest international cybersecurity conference in Italy. It's called the No Hat. And we run it as a no-profit every year. This year will be the 6th edition, and it will be in October. And it will be fun. Usually it's a single-day event, and we have something around 700 participants, so it's quite large. So despite that, it's still very hackish, with, you have free beer during the event, and it's those sort of things, right? It's not really a commercial event. It's more like people where you want to go to meet the rest of the community, socialize, learn new trends, and talk about research, and just have fun. This is how it is. And the entrance is very cheap, like 30 euros, something like this, which is nothing like for a security conference. You are all welcome to come and join us.
Marco, thank you so much for joining me today on Trend Talks Life. I've really enjoyed speaking with you, learning more about your research and what your passions are outside of Trend. Thank you for all that you do, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks to you. Bye-bye.